Ooh-wee. Welcome back to Sundown Acres. Alright YouTube, so we're going to get started on the brooder house today. We've got some insulation to install, and we got to get the electrical ran for the heating lamps. So let's get started. Alright YouTube, so I've got the first wall almost completed. I've got everything in and got it some adhesive on the back of it to hold it into place. This is a nice little 10 by 12 metal building that I got from Home Depot. I put this up about 10 months ago, and because I knew I was going to make a brooder house out of it. And the thing that I'm using, the insulation I'm using, I got from Home Depot. It's about $17 a sheet, 4x8s, 1 inch thick. And once I get this entire building insulated, shouldn't be any problems both in summer or winter. So we'll be able to have our ducts in here with no problem. Each brooder box is going to have a heat lamp over it at varying heights, and I have 5 boxes in here. So by the time they get to the 6th week, they should be fully feathered, and I should be able to move them to the duck house. But I'm actually hoping to be selling them all in between there, so hopefully won't be that many actually moving out to the duck house. All right, so let's get back to work. So as you can see, the job is progressing. Put a little bit of adhesive on the back of the insulation, make sure it stays stuck. Now, a lot of people will just screw this stuff to the building, but I didn't figure I really had a necessity to do that. Didn't want a bunch of screws sticking out the back side of my metal building anyway. And it's a slow process. But we're getting there. And I'll go back and I'll tape up all these joints. I've got insulation tape, it's that aluminum style tape, and we got 2 of the walls done so far, and 2.5 walls now, and I still have the ceiling to do, and keep moving on at it, keep working at it. Well, good morning YouTube. It's another day and got to get out here and get the animals fed. We're going to try to finish up the brooder house today. No guarantees of that, but we at least got 3 walls and a portion of the ceiling done yesterday. And I'm going to try to share a little bit more of me installing the remainder panels on there and hopefully running the electrical that I need. I should have my heating lamps and several other items coming in from Amazon today. So let's get these animals fed and get started on our day. I ran out of adhesive yesterday, so I got to make a trip to the hardware store to get some more adhesive. So just didn't buy quite enough. All right. You hear the goats behind us. Hey, goats. Being summertime, starting to feed these goats a little bit less and let them eat the hay that we have and all this luscious grass and a lot of these weeds that they like to eat. So we'll get them started. There you go, girls. Come on, Percy. He was standing at his trough. It's like, where's mine at? Percy's extremely standoffish. He was never handled. All he did was guard a goat herd before. And when his owner passed away, the family gave him up and to the SPCA. So it was a good find for us, but it takes you have to actually corral him to get a halter on him and get him all of his injections and trim his hoofs. So I still got to put a gate on the goat house. That'll be a little later project, because when it comes time to medicate these goats, I don't want to be chasing them all over the field. All right, let's get over here and get these ducks let out and get them fed. All right, got my next panel cut for the next section of the roof that I'm going to be installing. So let's get this adhesive on and let's get these things put up. So while I was doing the project, I cut one of my foam boards, not only wrong size, but it actually had an angle going to it, so kind of messed that up a little bit. So as Uncle Roger says, hi-ya! But I was able to end up using those pieces anyway on the smaller section of the roof, so it worked out okay. Okay, YouTube, it's day 3 of the brooder house build, and I finally got it finished. The chicks are now rehomed into the biggest box that I have in the brooder house, and I think they're going to be enjoying this quite a bit. So let's take a quick tour and see how it all worked out. All right, so here's the brooder house, and we got the brooder boxes going. Each one has a heat lamp. Each one of the heat lamps is on its own circuit. I have one master switch, that turns my power on and off. And the chicks are settling in nice. So we got insulation all the way through. Is my power coming in? And I got all of these items off of Amazon, and I'll leave a link down below as far as the heat lamps and the bulbs that we used. Now, this setup that I got here, I am not going to claim credit for, because I actually saw a guy on YouTube do this, and that paint pan that's sitting below it, it'll help catch the water to keep the bedding from getting soaking wet. And actually, you can actually pull that one side out and slide the pan out from underneath it, empty it out, and slide it back in there when it starts getting full. Now, chickens aren't as bad as ducks, but ducks can be very messy when it comes to water. And I actually put that setup in each and every brooder box, so I don't have to worry about cleaning that mess up constantly. And the only brooder box I haven't completed is week 4 brooder box. And I'll be going over how I'm going to be rotating these ducks and ducklings as they get older, and how I'll be tagging each one by day of the week that they were born. That way I know which day to move them. But the chicks seem to be settling in just fine. Again, everybody, I want to thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all next time on Sundown Acres.